What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Michelle Renee from IamMichelleRenee.com. And today I have my sister friend, honey, my girl,
Hello.
Miss Candace Moten. What's up, sis?
Hey girl, I am so happy to be here.
I'm
Like I
so
was
happy to
low-key
have
nervous at first. I was like, Chris, I'm telling my husband, I'm like, I'm so nervous. Like I don't even know what to say. I don't even know why Michelle wants to interview me.
It's because you're fabulous. Like, why
Oh,
not?
thank
Listen,
you.
before you even started your brand, like, just if people knew, like, how amazing you are, how motivating you are,
Oh, thank
you are
you.
just a light. And it's so much fun to know you, and then to follow you on social media. I'm like, that's my girl. She is, I love you. I love you.
Thank you. And I feel the same way about you.
Thank you. You are such a
Yes.
great inspiration, and I watch you and your family, and I just enjoy everything about it. But now that you got this new brand going, honey,
I know. Doing my
you
little
give me
thing.
life on a daily basis, and I
Oh,
love like just. I get
Michelle,
so
girl,
excited
you
when I
are just
see how
making me go from here to here right now.
that's what
Girl,
it's
thank
about.
you.
That's what it's
Oh
about.
my
So
God, thank you.
tell the people who you are and where you're
Okay.
from, and then what your brand is.
Okay. My name is Candace Moten. I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. I now live in Slidell, Louisiana, a very small city outside of New Orleans, very tiny city.
Yes.
But I love it here. It's a very family type thing going on here. I recently started Be Blinging, and I sell $5 jewelry. And it was crazy is I started this during the pandemic. Isn't that crazy? I
Right.
started a business when everything is shut down, when nobody has any money to buy anything, right?
Right. Right.
But what's great about my bling, and what's great also about me starting it now with COVID and everything, we're stuck at home. Me, for example, stuck at home, feeling ugly. Does that make sense, Michelle? I'm
It
just at
makes
home. I'm not
perfect
getting
sense.
dressed. I'm feeling ugly. And so my friend asked me to join her company, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, let me just be depressed. Let me just,
I'm a wallow in it.
just
Let
do
me
this.
wallow.
Right. Let me just do this. And so my husband was like, Candace, you need to do something because you're losing it. And I was just losing my mind. I'm just sitting at home. And so I started the business.
Yeah.
I started wearing the jewelry. I started showing my friends the jewelry.
Yeah.
And it just puts me in a better mood, if that makes sense. Like just this interview
Perfect sense.
alone. Right. I put on my makeup, I do my hair, I put on my jewelry. I'm feeling better. Even when I'm just walking around my house, I might have on a lounge set, I still put my jewelry on. And it makes me feel from here, just like with you, from here to here.
Yep.
Little $5 bling. So that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm from Jackson. I'm living in Slidell, and
I
I'm
love it.
selling bling.
I love it because one, I am a connoisseur of the $5 bling. Like I love it. You put up a piece, I'm like, want that? Give me that. And
Give me
guess
all of
what?
them.
I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere. I
Right,
go from upstairs to downstairs.
right,
But
right,
I can tell you that, like, when I'm on my interviews between you and my other jewelry lady, like, my jewelry gives me life.
right,
It
right,
takes an outfit that's dull and plain and it gives me life. I
right,
love it because one, it's affordable, but it's also just something that the way you promo your business, you go live on Facebook, and you share your pieces, you get your husband involved, you get your babies
right,
involved, and it's fun, and you make it look
right,
so fun, and you make it look easy. So
right. And
even
that's
though it's
another
birthed
thing.
in the pandemic, it makes it just look like it just flows.
Right. And it does, Michelle. And what's crazy about this is that this business has become part of my self-care, if
Yes,
that makes sense, and
it
that's why
does.
it flows. And so selling this stuff, selling it for only $5, making my girls feel good, making myself feel good. And it's a hobby, it's part of my self-care, but most importantly, it's part of my self-care. It just so happens that I make a few coins in the process.
Right.
But that was the biggest thing for me. I just needed something to make me feel like myself, you
Yes.
know, and I
Because you
was really
are a
working.
glamazon. I call you a glamazon because you do the hair, you do the makeup. And
Oh,
sometimes I see a picture, I'm like, oh, sis, you killing that lip.
girl,
I
I
love
be
it.
trying. I
I
be
love it.
trying, girl.
Like you are a workout fiend. Like you go and you work out every day. And so one
Yes,
of your hashtags is mommy works out, right?
yeah, right,
And
right,
it's like, I love where all of it's going because it's like, first of all, you're a wife and you're a mother, right?
right,
And so you know that a lot of times when we take on those titles, those roles as wife and mommy, we lose ourselves in so many
mm-hmm,
ways.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk about self-care, I talk about self-care a lot because it's so critical. You are
Right.
taking care of everybody else.
Right.
Sometimes forget to take care of ourselves.
Right, right. And you
So
know what?
care
And I
for
learned that the
yourself.
hard way. I was burnt out,
Yeah.
like before all of this. And that might have to be a different conversation. We call me back about, motherhood and the stress and
Oh,
the,
we have a whole
anxiety, the
panel of
depression,
talking
the
about
need for
that.
therapy.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
But yeah, self-care is very important to me. It's so necessary,
absolutely.
because when I fall apart, everything around me falls apart, And
Yeah.
so
The
Candace
house
is
falls
number
apart.
one.
The kids start
Right.
acting bonkers. Your husband
Yes.
be like, I'm gonna
What's
go
wrong
over
with
there and be
you?
quiet because she doing too much. It's a lot.
Right. 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 It is a lot. So yeah, so with the mommy works out, I'm just documenting my wellness journey, whether it be me working out, me doing like now I just started planting. I have plants now. I'm a plant lady. So
Plant,
that's part of my
plant
wellness
mom.
also, right. But yeah, so wellness is number one,
Yeah.
you feel
We
me?
have to do that. We have to take care of ourselves in order for us to be able to take care of our families and
Right.
our children. You're also an educator. So
Yes.
there's so much like people don't realize when you take on the role of being an educator and a wife and a mom, now you got all these people that you're responsible
That
for.
is, it's the craziest combination,
It is.
right? It's
It
the
is.
craziest because it requires so much commitment,
Yeah.
so much love. It requires all of you,
It does.
and
And
so
you're
you're
pouring
just
into
giving, giving, giving,
everybody.
giving, giving.
You're pouring into
Girl,
everybody.
you feel me?
I totally get
Right.
it. So I'm like watching you. That's why I get so excited every time I see you go and get ready. I'm like, okay, let me get on here and see what she got going on because you give me life, like for real.
Oh, thank
I'm so
you.
serious. Like I'm like I need that, and I get
Yes.
enjoyment from it because it's like you know what I can see your glow. I can
Right.
see it. And
Thank
I
you.
can remember moments where, especially when we both came into motherhood at the same time.
Right. Right.
And that journey, our kids actually, all of our kids are around the same age.
Right. I don't know if you remember, but we went to your daughter's birthday party. I remember like cows or horses. Do you
Yes,
remember
we were
that?
at the
It
farm.
was,
We were at the farm.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And we both had at that time our girls were mine was turning 3 and yours was gonna turn 3 later that year. And
Right,
then we both found out that we were pregnant.
right.
We were like, what? I think
Again.
I think you had a birth announcement. I was like, sis, I'm pregnant too. You were like,
Right,
okay.
right. Like, did we schedule this?
Right. And it's just been this journey where it's like, we went to school together and we didn't necessarily hang in the same groups, but we
Right,
always intermingle, right?
right, right. Somehow we would like bump
Always
into each
intermingling.
other. Right.
And then after that time, like, did you start Models of Distinction at Mississippi?
No, actually it was Aisha. Aisha, someone else started it. Yeah.
Yes, but you were an intricate part of it, right?
Right, right. So I was in it. Yes.
So you've always done the fashion thing. You've always been
Yes. I've always been into fashion, right?
always into
Always been
makeup.
into fashion. I've even worked in retail for a little while. So fashion has always been my thing, and I do believe that you have to work on the inside out. But sometimes you need that push from the outside, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you do need a little
If
bit
you
of that
feel like you look
glam.
good, then you can do so much more.
Right, exactly. So you have to get up and like how you were talking about with me working out. Even when I'm working out, I put on my little earrings. I may put on a simple little bracelet, something just to make me still feel pretty, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's just one of those things like I admire a lot of people as far as like women because I watch us wear so many hats. But you it's a
Right,
little different, it's a little special because I've also watched us jointly kind of grow up, right?
right, right,
Transition from being teenagers in college, from coming
right,
from Jackson, being teenagers in college, then going on and leaving and becoming wives and mothers, right?
right,
And just saying,
right.
I think I might have inbox and said, we like real grown right now. And it's kind of weird.
Right,
This is strange. Like,
right. Like when did we become adults, and we have, like you were saying,
exactly.
all these responsibilities. And why do we keep adding more stuff to it? Why are we
Right.
adding businesses?
Exactly. But I absolutely love it. With Mommy Be Blinging, you do sell
Yes,
$5 jewelry. It does not look like it costs $5. People always ask,
no.
where'd you get that piece from? Like, I love these pieces. I didn't necessarily get this from you, but this is a $5
Oh,
piece
that is nice.
that I love.
I like that.
I love these. Like,
Yes.
I'm
And
one of those
easy,
people that if I
casual. You
like
can,
something, I'll be like, Candace, can you send me 4 of those?
right, right. And you've done that. You've done that a few times.
I fear I might
I'm
lose
like, which one do you want? You want, I want all of them.
all of them. I just want all of them. But
But that's the thing, sometimes we get so caught up in, luxury and designer. And I do like those high-end pieces also.
yeah,
But when I want to splurge and when my girls want to splurge, we don't want to spend our $1,000 splurge budget just on a couple of,
on
bling
1 or 2
pieces.
things.
Right, exactly. You get your jewelry for $5. And like you said, it doesn't necessarily look like $5.
Yeah.
If you go out to the beach and you lose it, who cares? It was $5. If
Listen.
you go out partying with your girls and you lose and it breaks, who cares? It was $5. So that's kind of how I feel about it also. I want you to feel glamorous. I want you to look good, but I also want you to stay within your budget.
That's right. And I think that's so critical because you pointed out a part about, where you started your business in the midst of a pandemic when people are home going nowhere, but also
Right.
having to be more conservative with money because they don't know where the next is going to come from.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
critical.
Right.
That is
Exactly.
critical. So we're looking
Right.
at
So
that kind of thing. How do you feel like your brand can impact the African American Black community?
just like what I was saying earlier, it's giving us a way to um, feel fabulous
Yeah.
on that $5 budget because a lot of my friends, girl, we get kind of stuck on those names, on those brands. Everything has to be high end. We have that mentality. Not all of us, but it's like, okay, I've graduated. I have this fabulous job now, this prestigious title. I need to treat myself. We kind of get caught up into that. And so I just want us to remember that our bling is within.
Yep.
We don't necessarily need to splurge all of the time. But yes, get your luxury every now and then, but get your $5 bling also.
Yeah.
I just want us to make sure that we're keeping our coins together.
And you know what? I feel so good when I tell my husband, he's like, what you got coming now? What package is that coming today? I was like, first of all, this costs $5.
Right.
So
Right.
get upset. I only
Right.
$5 and I got this whole box of stuff.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna let you pay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna let you pay.
And that's, what, I do that with my husband. I was like, well, actually, this is a dupe. And so the designer version was $1,000, but this was $500. You know how we justify those purchases, right?
Yeah.
We can justify a purchase, honey.
Listen, I absolutely love it. If people don't know you, then they can still appreciate the love and the joy that you provide with your customer service. Your customer service is amazing, for one.
Thank you.
What you give people in your products and what you're providing is you make them feel confident and you make them feel good about themselves. And so when you're showing your piece, you're like, look at this or check this out. It's like, before I could even type soul or mine, somebody's like, I got this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let them have that this time. I'm gonna let them make it. Because I'm like, you know what?
You're gonna be nice and share.
It makes that person feel exactly as beautiful as they want to feel right now, right?
Right.
I love that. So I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
I think that's
Thank
beautiful.
you, Michelle.
How can people find you?
You guys can find me on my website, mommybeblinging.online, or you can find me on Facebook, Mommy Be Blinging. Everything is Mommy Be Blinging. On Instagram, I'm Mommy Be Blinging. You can send me an email, mommybeblinging@gmail.com.
I absolutely love it. If there's one thing or one word that affirms who you are, what would it be?
Definitely creative, or maybe I should say creator. And in my 30s, I finally realized that I am the creator of whatever I want to happen in my life. And I had to, like with my happiness, with all of my goals, if this is what I want, I am capable of creating that, and that was my word for last year, and it kind of rolled over into 2020. And I have to constantly remind myself, if I don't like this, I can create something better.
Yes.
If I'm not comfortable with what's going on in my life right now, I can create something better.
That is deep on a whole different level, sis. So we're gonna unpack that real quick because I think we sometimes think that, and you've hit it a couple of times with saying, you know, feeling beautiful on the outside, even though we have to make sure we work on the inside, but making sure
Right.
you know that, hey, I can at least create this piece as a like a platform to launch me.
Right.
How important is it for people to understand that you create your own happiness, that and they can too?
Right. Well, once you realize that you have complete control, everything else, it matters less.
Yeah.
It will continue to matter and affect you, right? But it will matter less. You will understand that you have complete control over how you feel and how you react to everything, right? And we've heard that a million times. You know, we understand that. But once you really realize that and you
Yeah.
understand that you are creating your world, and even with my children, Chris and I have a conversation of what type of children are we creating? What are we giving the world? You know, even with my children, with my students, you know, with everything that I touch, I'm creating something, right? You're
Yeah.
putting something out there. And I know some of my girls who are into, you know, spirituality, they really get into it. I don't, you know, I'm not completely there yet, but you know, maybe manifesting, I think that's what the word, you know,
Yeah.
we're using,
Yeah.
right?
But you
Yeah.
do
And
that
so, but
through your interactions, right? Like
right,
I told you that
right, right.
you give me a sense of joy when I see you because you present and you project joy. You project happy. So when I
Oh,
see you,
chill.
I feed off of that. And I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh. And that's powerful because you're not just manifesting in yourself, you're manifesting it in other people too.
Right. And that's the goal, right? Because
Absolutely.
you want everyone around you to have that same joy, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a
You are
lot.
such a dope Black woman. Oh my God, I just love you. I love you so much. You
Come
are,
down here and visit me, girl.
listen, you know we fly into New Orleans all the time. So we'll definitely,
Really? Girl,
yes, that's
yes.
the
Come
only way
see
we get
me.
home because we don't fly back
Yeah.
home directly. We always fly into New Orleans. So we will make
Right.
arrangements to come and see you guys when we come back.
Yes, girl, yes,
Thank you
definitely.
so much for getting on and doing this interview with me. I appreciate
No, thank you so much for having me. Like, I just feel so fabulous now. I'm like, wait, Michelle wants to interview me?
it. You already knew that was coming.
What?
You're already a part of my vibe tribe. So you know that. You know that.
Yes.
So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to share the work, share you with the world because you have so much
Oh, thank
joy and so
you.
much just pure dopeness to offer people. So y'all
Michelle,
go
thank you so
check
much.
out Mommy Be Blinging everywhere.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook, Mommy Be Blinging online so you can shop and get yourself some
Yes.
$5 bling and just be fabulous, honey.
Yes.
Knock
Yes.
yourself
Tell
out.
them.